Welcome everyone to ChessWhiz TV episode 444. Today we're going to play a new chess variant. Well, we do that every episode, but this episode's going to be the same because we're going to play another variant. Actually, this is a different variant though. We're going to play where pawns, if they can pass another pawn, like move past an enemy pawn, they have to. It's going to be pretty interesting because at first I thought that's going to close up the board. All these pawns are getting locked up. But now I think it's the opposite. Pawns, because they have to move in certain ways, will be suiciding themselves to their own deaths, which is often the direction that things suicide themselves. So I'm excited to see exactly how these pawns get suicided, particularly my opponent's pawns. So let's throw a game into the chat here. I've clicked this link and I've sent it to the chat box. I see many intelligent people in the chat, including Crazy Symbols, whose rating is an entirely 4 digits. I can't form a properly grammarized sentence, but that's not a problem. If your pawn can move past an enemy pawn, I'm typing and you can't see it, it must. Okay, Crazy Symbol sent me less than 3. That's not my age, but nice of him to send it. Let's see. If your pawn can move past an enemy pawn, it must. Let's double check that he is okay with those rules, because I have every now and then started a chess game with someone who wasn't really playing by my rules. You want to know what happened? I lost. So let's not do that. Okay, so I've thought about this variant with my brain. I was like, brain, start thinking. And my brain started thinking because it's very obedient. And it thought, don't play e4, because my brain is too smart for such an idiotic move. I didn't think past this, though. 2 moves in, that was too much for me. So let's just do like 1 move here. Okay, I'll bring out the knight because I don't want to risk my pawns. But here's the problem with e4. Okay, e4, he just plays d5, and then I have to move past. Get it? Because it's past pawn. And then he could play f6, and then I have to move past. And then what happens? I'm dead. So let's not do that. Instead, let's just play the bishop here to this very strange looking square. And then I can now play this move. Okay, so this is going to be already threatening to my opponent. I'm sure he feels threatened, especially if there's someone standing over him with a large weapon. If I push this pawn, he now must play d5. Now, I realize that none of those words are spelled correctly, but he gets the idea. Now I can capture this knight. Okay, so I've used the rules to my advantage. Now I just need to move a bunch of things until he's in checkmate, pretty much. Oh, he has to do that too. Yes! I didn't even notice how powerful this is. Have you ever had that happen? Probably around 1945, the United States had that happen when the whole island of Japan blew up. Yeah, unfortunately, no one is around to remember that. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit insensitive to say. But I'm a very sensitive person. Very sensitive. That's why I'm always careful to never say anything that would offend anyone. What in the world is he doing? This calls for moving a thing. I'll try that move. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going, you guys in the chat? I see some LOL in the chat. I love that. It looks like it stands for lots of love. Scary game, this chess, says the guy. He must be from Australia because they speak English in Australia. Let's castle over here to the king side. This is just like chess now, except the difference is I have a bunch of pieces he doesn't have. For example, bishops. So I'm pretty much winning this game. I think I just need to win with the rest of the moves here. I don't think I can lose this game. It's impossible to lose. I'll just like b3, which is a terrible move, but the nice thing about winning is you can make bad moves and you will still win. Let's maneuver this knight over here and then over here. Pretty powerful square for the knight. Knights love to be in advanced positions, such as the 5th rank. That's this, for those of you who can't count. And then can never be driven away by enemy pawns, such as this square right here, because he doesn't have a pawn here, he doesn't have a pawn here, he doesn't have a pawn here, and there's one other place he doesn't have a pawn that does not attack this knight. So it can just live here forever. Well, until I die. I guess the knight will probably die too. But that's the idea. Oh no, the knight is dying. I traded it for a queen. Big mistake. Now my knight is not powerful. Oh, he proposes to take back. Oh, because it's cheating. Oh, I've started my first cheat. This is now a true episode of ChessWhiz TV, as I have begun to cheat. It's actually called ChessWhiz TV. I've just been mispronouncing it. Okay, so let's see here. I'll just trade some things and then win. That sounds great. Let's do it. So I think he pushed this so that he could force me to do something before he dies, because people like to feel not powerless, and he was a bit powerless before. Because its options here are lose or lose. I recently learned about a game called Win Lose Banana, and I can't wait to tell you how to play. But I've been reminded of that by his lose lose situation here. But he switched it up. Now he could lose lose or force me to move my pawn and then lose. So by having that additional freedom of choice, it made him feel less powerless, if you know what I mean. Let's just attack the queen because it's fun to attack things, and then I will attack the queen, and then his queen will be trapped. Cool. See? Pretty cool, huh? His queen can't go anywhere safe. It can only go here, which is not safe because the knight is busy not losing the rook to checkmate. Oh, that's checkmate. Well, good game, good game. I enjoyed that game. Crazy symbols. He says sad, but that's just because he lost. If he had been me, he would really have enjoyed this game. It really just depends on whether you're me or not, and that's going to determine whether you're sad or not. So let's play one more game with crazy symbols. If you want to play this variant, challenge me. My username is CheatWhiz, as you can see over here, approximately. There is an H in Whiz because I don't know how to spell Whiz, so watch out for that. I am no longer paying attention to the chessboard, and so my pawn is going on a suicide mission, but don't worry about that. You can also wait for me to put a link in the chat because someday I will do that. And when I can make him advance his pawn. I cannot wait to cause him to advance his pawn. That's why I'm doing it right now. So how do you play Win Lose Banana? Let me drink from this vase first. If you already know, you're about to hear how to play again. What if I take this pawn? This is so thrilling. I'm enjoying this move. And then this move. Yes, I'm enjoying all of these moves. I'm a very move-enjoying kind of person, if you know what I mean. With 3 attackers here and only 1 defender to this square, he cannot play the natural-looking e4, which would be stupid anyway, because he would then be forced to advance on his next move. So, for example, I could move my knight here, give or take, and then threaten his queen. He would have to advance, and I would take his queen with that thing. So that's pretty. It's a thing. So back to the important things of life. Win Lose Banana is a card game with 3 cards. The backs of the cards are all the same, so you cannot tell which card is which. You ever had cards like that before? But the fronts of the cards are different. The first card says on it, win. The second card is much different. It says, hey, there's a free pawn. And the third card says, banana. Isn't that a thrill? So here's how the game is played. You deal out the cards, 1 to each player. Did I mention this is a 3-player game? You cannot play it with 2 players. You cannot play it with 4. So if you have 4 players, randomly select one of them to die, and then play Win, Lose, Banana. I'm just winning again, aren't I? Look, I took a pawn, so now I'm ahead by a pawn. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's a very large number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is one of the largest numbers I know. And in fact, it's larger than 6. So I have the most pawns. That means I'm winning. I think this game is pretty much over. Oh, look, there's also a knight I can take, which messes up his pawns. He has doubled isolated pawns near an isolated pawn and also near an isolated pawn. I don't think I can lose this game if I try. So anyway, with the 3 players now having killed your friend, you deal out the cards 1 per player. Everyone secretly looks at the side of the card that indicates what kind of card it is, not the backside. This is very important. If you look at the backside, you can't tell what card it is. So don't do that. It's quite a waste of time. Look at the other side of the card. It's such a thrilling game. I mean, you probably have never played a game as fun as Win, Lose, Banana, because when you play games, you probably just look at the backs of the cards. But this extra twist where you look at the other side, there's a moment of excitement when you don't know. What is your card? Could it be win or lose? Or perhaps banana? Wow. Wow. Yeah, now I want to play it, and I don't even know how to play. This is so exciting. Okay, so let's see what's happening in this chess game. I just took another pawn, so I think he's been reduced down to about 0 pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is approximately 0 if you round to the nearest 100, so he's pretty much out of pawns. Oh, look, free rook. That's excellent. I'll take that with check. And then look, a free queen. I'll take that with check. This is fantastic. And the last move I'll make before I force him to resign is taking his free rook with check. And now I simply win. Well, this is a comfortable position, I think. the fact that I have a bunch of things he doesn't have, such as pawns. I'll just develop my king. That's something you do in chess. Let's see. Let's see. I haven't quite finished how to play, but the important parts have been shared. This vase water is particularly delicious today. There's not much to this chess position. I seem to have trapped his bishop. Delicious chess pieces indeed. He resigns. GG and thank you for the game's crazy symbols. Hope to see you back next week, but we have another challenger that we'll jump over to right now. His name is Eric002, and I don't recall ever having played him before because I recently had a traumatic brain injury. So let's get going with this game. If your pawn can, let's read the rules here. If your pawn can move past an enemy pawn, it must. And let's double check that Eric is okay with these rules, because otherwise we will just resign. And because it's a rated game, you'll see that we will lose some rating points. 1706, that's plenty. I don't need that many. Let's just resign if that happens. Okay, so what's going on in the chat? We've got some comments about the game, win, lose, banana, the important game. We also have what does past mean? That's a good question. I don't know. It's the opposite of future. And then there's a smiley face. Okay, and then there's rightio. That's a very good comment. Someone said rightio in the chat, and I agree. What exactly does that mean? It means that if your pawn is under attack from my pawn, it must move past it forward from your perspective. Hopefully that helps to clarify the situation. It means that if your... This is so many words. I don't think I can handle this many. Whatever it says, that's what it is. Okay, make your move, Eric. I'm ready to play this game, whatever it is. Make your move, Eric. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is my move now. It's forced and required. It's both forced and required. Does that make sense to you? Good. Okay, so now it's his turn again. Why isn't it ever my turn? This is a dumb game. Okay, so now my pawn is super far out there. This is why I've been playing d4, because when I was thinking about this game, thinking one move ahead from the starting position, I realized that once it gets down here after c6, my queen defends it. Whereas if my pawn had advanced to this square, my king would fail to defend it. Because I thought, do kings move 6 squares at once? No. I'm a thinker, so I thought that. Let's prepare a sudden strike at this pawn. Let's prepare that here. And then let's capture as it advances. So to do that, we're going to have to do some shenanigans here. We're going to have to fianchetto the bishop so that it can attack this square. Now, you might think it's pronounced fianchetto, but if you think that, you're wrong, because it's fianchetto, because it's French. It means moving one square diagonally to g2 or b2. It's a pretty good French word. So let's see. I think I'm ready for the attack now. f4, he has to advance, and then I can take it for free. Okay, looks good, looks good. Oh, I've lost my pawn. Good thing I don't care. Let's see. ChessWhiz, says Joey Dunn, 22. You should update your username. You're not 22 anymore. It's been so long, I miss you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I miss you too. In fact, I don't even remember you. That's how long it's been. Let's see. I'll take this with the knight, because then it's a trade of knights. I know there's nothing to be afraid of with a trade of knights, because if I lose a knight, he loses the knight. If I took with the bishop, that would be scary, because he would be taking a bishop, and I don't remember what's better, a knight or a bishop, so this is much safer for me. Okay, so I've moved some pieces, and it's still my turn. This is a difficult game. What if I bring out my knight? Will my bishop be trapped? I don't think so. So let's just do that. This pawn's not very advanced. So what can we do next? Oh, I've got to move my bishop here with check, or here without check. Let's go with the check option. I've moved into the center now. I'm going to castle my king so that he can discovery check me. That will be a thrill. Okay, let's get back to the important part. Win, lose, banana. You've got the 3 cards dealt out. The next thing you do is look at the front of your card. You're not allowed, by the way, did I mention this part, to look at the front of the other player's cards. Okay, you just look at the front of your own card. Now, there's 3 possibilities, which I'm sure you figured out, but just in case you're not quite following what I'm saying, the possibilities are win, lose, or banana. And when you look at your card, what you do is you look at the letters on the card, and if there's no letters, it's probably banana, and you check for the W. That's the easiest way to see if your card says win. You can do other things like read the word, but the simplest thing to do is look for the W. After you've done that, hold on, I'm playing chess. Let's just advance because I'm required to. That was a close call. This was going to be a forced move no matter what. So I'm lucky that all I did was move it forward, and now it's my turn again. That was pretty lucky. Is my bishop trapped? That's dumb. I could take his bishop, though. That's smart. Let's do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you read. I have to focus on. I can't tell you about this complex game. I have to play a few chess moves here first, because he's going to move his knight in here, and it's going to stress me out. I'll just move my queen to an open file, and then I'll bolster it with this move. I need to move my bishop here as well, so let's do that. Okay, and then I'll move my rook. Okay, this is sorting out nicely now, because my rook can do something here. The idea, of course, is to checkmate the opponent. I'm pretty close to that. I should have played the double fianchetto. What I've done instead is something stupid. He's forced to make a good move. That's never a great idea, force your opponent to make a good move. But fortunately, he's now pinned. He can't move that knight, so, well, he could, but it would be pretty dumb, which my opponents don't make that kind of move. So I think we're pretty much down to a situation where he can't move his knight. So let's see now. I'm going to move my bishop here because I haven't moved it enough squares. That's going to finish off the sequence. I've got myself forked. He moved his knight, so let's take this for free. Excellent. He proposes to take back. No problem, Eric 002. I don't mind not getting forked either, and he's giving me some time in exchange for the take back. That's very generous. He's like, if you give me the take back, I'll give you some time. It was very smart of him because the time was taken back also. As you can see, I have 12 seconds. I have to give him time, otherwise I'm going to feel guilty. Okay, so I have 12 seconds. He bumped me up to 27, and then we took back, which undid the gift. You ever done that before? Like, here, have some free, delicious popcorn, and then all of a sudden, you're in another reality where the popcorn is not there. That hasn't happened to me either. So that's kind of like what we just did here with this take back. I've just moved into a triple fork here because the double was not interesting enough for me. Now, the next move for me is going to be, I'm going to move one of these pieces here, or maybe one of these pawns. I've narrowed it down. Okay, so I think I'll take this. No, I won't. I definitely won't. I won't take that. I've changed my mind. I'm going to take this. This is a capture. I'm capturing the d4 square. And then the knight, it can move here, and the king had better get off of this diagonal in a right hurry, if you ask me. That's a free queen, so let's go for that. Oh no, don't do it. He was going to checkmate me with a brilliant move. Check here and then checkmate. That would have been painful. In fact, this is painful also, but it's a different kind of pain because it's in a different part of my chessboard. Let's see what's happening. He's trying to checkmate me. That's very rude. So let's just take a free pawn, and then I can defend the checkmate with this blocking move. It's a good thing we've got me to explain what's going on. I'm sure you would feel quite dizzy with this chessboard moving its pieces the way it is without that. Oh, look, a free bishop. So now that we've sorted out the position, I think I've got first place in this game. Eric has got second place, which isn't bad, but nothing like first place, if you ask me. It's really no comparison. So now that my rook is on the 7th rank, I'll move my other rook to the 7th rank, and I will win instantly. Okay, I think I'm going to win this game. Fantastic. Thank you for the game, Eric. That was a thrill. An absolute thrill. But I'm now able to drink my vase water in peace. I no longer have to expend my brain cells on thinking about how to beat you. I think that my instincts can win this game without my help. Let's go take another pawn for free. I don't even see how he could threaten me in any way. I mean, I guess he could write to me and say, I'm about to kill your family. That would somewhat threaten me. Slip, he says. Okay, I'll agree with that. But other than that, I don't see any way for him to threaten me. So this is a pretty good situation for me. I love not getting threatened. When I wake up in the morning and no one's threatening me, I'm like, yes, another day without death threats. This is a good day. It looks like he's about to be checkmated, which is going to amuse me significantly. Oh, this is going to be a humorous checkmate. Get ready to laugh because here comes the funny hands-free checkmate. Come on. Oh, he just resigned. That's not funny. Ah, it is kind of funny because the unexpected is funny, and you didn't expect that, did you? Let's play another game with whoops. I just clicked the analysis board, which will destroy my stream. That's very bad. Get out of here. If you can't tell, no, I'm stuck in analysis mode. Sorry about that, Eric. hopefully I'm out of analysis mode now because I'm going to try to get back to that game. My computer can't do two things at once, and one of the two things it can't do is analyze the chessboard while streaming. So if I was like frozen up and then frozen up in a new position, that's because my computer can't do that. So hopefully that didn't happen at all, and I just sound silly. So let's play one more game with Eric, then I'm going to throw a challenge into the chat. So if you're watching right now, in the live show, and you want to play, well, you could challenge me on this website. It's lichess.org, L-I as in libre, which is not English. Or you can put in the chat, just type like, I want to play you, and then I'll ignore that. So that sounds pretty good too. So his next move, look at this. His next move is forced because of the chess variant. So all I have to do right now is find a way to threaten his queen in one move, and then I can take it. So that's not very easy to do. But let's prepare. Let's prepare with some additional wanderings. Okay, so now in one move, threaten his queen. Let's find how to do that. I can't find a way. Uh-oh. Oh, there's been a new follower. I hate it when that happens. Rabbit Fortenston is following me. That's scary. I can't find any good threats here. But I found something interesting, which is this move. This is pretty interesting, I think. I don't see if it's smart or stupid, which is going to make it pretty spicy. He proposes a takeback. Oh, because I'm cheating. Well, never mind. This is not interesting at all. I'm just suiciding my pawn. That's disappointing to me entirely. I feel very disappointed. Aren't you This is so disappointing. Fortunately, I have multiple things going on in my life. For example, my love life, which is extremely non-disappointing. And then there's this, which is disappointing. To balance that out, you know what I mean? So really, overall, I'm doing okay. But there was this pawn that disappointed me. So it's a trade-off. Let's see what's happening right now. My knight's under attack. That's fascinating. I can't get over this knight. I can defend it, though, so that's good. Can't get over it, right? Because bishops can't jump. It's a pun. You gotta watch the chess streams for the puns. You know, there's a lot of great videos you could be watching right now, but they don't all have puns in them, so you pretty much have to watch this. So let's get back to the important part of this video. You're reading your card. We're playing win, lose, banana. There's 3 players because you killed somebody. And now, you've got your card and you're looking at the front, and it might say win, and it might say lose, and it might have a banana on it. So the next thing you do is read the card. So this actually requires some skills. You can't just play this game. You have to have skills first, which is the ability to read. If you can't do that, at least look for the W. We went over that part. So you read your card. If it says win, you win. Otherwise, the guy whose card says win wins. Doesn't that sound like a great game? This game made a minor splash at the convention Origins in 2009. Now, I think the minor splash was the game falling into the toilet, making a minor splash, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm not exactly sure how that minor splash was made, but there was a minor splash by the game Win, Lose, Banana at that convention. And so that's really how you play. So you try to get the win card, and when you do, you win. And the way you get it is you sit there until it's dealt to you, and then you look at it. So pretty fun game. I like games where you make decisions. That's actually my favorite kind of game, where like there's different things you can do, at least 2, for example, and then you decide one of them. There's some games that don't have that feature, such as Candyland, which is not a great game because of that exact reason. Okay, so now we're back to the chessboard. I can do this, forcing him to advance his pawn. But would that be smart? Yes! Okay, I'm doing it. He has to advance his pawn. D5, let's type that to him. D5. Now let's take that for free. Perfect. That's why I did it, you know. Okay. There is a variant of win lose banana that allows the winner to make a decision, which is better than nothing, right? In this game, in this variant, it's not the main game, by the way. You have to agree beforehand. Be like, guys, because it is all guys. No girl would play this game. And you guys, you'd say, want to play the variant, and then everyone nods rapidly, and then you begin the variant, which is the same as the main game until the end. So you deal out the cards, you look at your cards, you see if it says win. The winner reads the word win, and then the variant kicks in, which is this. The winner has to guess which of the other players has the card with the banana on it without looking at the front of that card. He simply has to guess, and he uses clues such as the person saying, I have the card with the banana, and then determining if that person is lying to them by asking them, are you lying to me? Oh, look, a free pawn. And then if that person says yes, it's probably not him. So you have to guess. That is a point of decision because you have a choice between two people. Hopefully they're still your friends. When you make that choice, if you're correct, you win. And so does the person with the banana. And there's so many winners, which is another horrible quality of most games. If there's two winners in a game, that's a dumb game. Because I like games where only you can win. What's going on right now? I seem to be making some threats. That's fantastic. Okay, back to the story. If the winner picks the card that says lose, you want to know what happens? He loses. Oh, what a twist. That is such a great game. I hit my microphone so good. And so, oh wow, I'm really doing some good moves here. I'm doing some moves. Too bad I didn't do that move over there. That would have been a really good move to do. Let's go here and threaten it again. Let's see, what was I saying? Yes, if he picks the lose, he loses. And guess who wins? The person with the lose card. That is such a reversal. It adds humor to the game. The person with the lose card is the winner. I'm out of time. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, that's embarrassing. But let's, instead of saying ChessWhiz loses, let's just count the pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a huge number. He only has 4. Count the pieces. I'm still losing because I don't have so many. But I was going to check him, which is pretty much a win. I don't want to play with you, Eric. You ran me out of time. That was very rude. So instead, I'm going to put a challenge in the chat. So if you've been watching this show, I'm amazed that you can stand it. But let's click play with a friend and see who's going to play with me and pretend to be my friend. Let's see. Okay, so here's the rule. If you join, you have to be my friend. Eric is back. He's not my friend. He is my best friend. So let's just put the rules in here and click have fun, because I hope he does. Okay, Eric, I'll play you since you're the fastest clicker. That was pretty wily of you. Click rematch, get declined, click the link, and join again. So I'd like to see C4. It won last time. Ooh. I play this. I play this. He has to play this. I have to play this. That's good for me. It's kind of like broccoli. It's good for you. It's good for me. Oh, great. It wasn't like broccoli. It's the opposite of broccoli. It's more like me eating broccoli. That's good for me. I couldn't figure out how to modify that sentence appropriately in a witty way. So I was reduced to modifying it in a rather stupid way, which is adding the word me. It is like me eating broccoli. It's not very great to just add the word me to everything, but you do what you have to do. I've just taken a bunch of pawns now. I'm pretty much winning. Eric, you've made some suboptimal moves, I think. Can I just checkmate him now with like this move? That's not quite checkmate, but it's pretty close. I'll just keep playing chess. Let's try that. That's pretty crazy. Nah, let's do this. And the bishop will go here, and then I'll castle. He agrees. He agrees that he's made some suboptimal moves. What that means, by the way, is optimal moves made in a submarine, which is exactly what he has done. So I'll just queen up here, so I'm defending that bishop. I'm pretty much winning this game. There's nothing more to pay attention to with the game. So we've pretty much used up the whole episode. There's nothing more to talk about or do. You know, at some point, you have said every combination of words that's less than an hour long. This show never goes over an hour except for that one time. So you can guarantee that there's a finite number of possible ChessWhiz TV shows because there's really only a certain number of things you can do for an hour before you've done them all. And so really, we are on borrowed time here as we do the final things possible in an hour. before you've done all possible things on the show. Now, there are many different ways to end your life, and so I suppose I can only try one of them. That'll be the last episode, by the way. We're not doing that yet. So there is that exception right there. You can't do all of them. Oh, that's disappointing. I kind of wanted to do every possible ChessWhiz TV show. I thought that would be a nice twist. You know, people who watch the show are like, what's going to happen to this guy? He's so weird. And I thought that the answer to that being, well, he's going to do every possible ChessWhiz TV show. I thought that would be a nice surprise for those people. But unfortunately, that's not possible because of all the different ways to die during the show. I can't do them all. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I will only die one time during the show. I know that's disappointing. Let's see. I'm definitely winning this game, though. Look at all these pawns. Definitely, there's a lot of them, and they are mine. So that's great. Don't run out of time, though. As you can see, it's flashing red because I only have 12 of those units. Let's just promote some of these bad boys here. He's being kind of crazy. Better than being kind and crazy. Some people are like that. Don't marry them. My turn again. I'll trade you. And then I'll go here. Oh, I'm struggling to make moves. And then I'll go here. This is good. This is good. This will work. This will work. I'll double up my things in the same shape as he has, which is this shape. The shape of two things next to each other. Not sure what that shape is called. Maybe the foreshortened line. That's the shape I'm using. And now I'll just bip up this direction. And I'll promote this pawn. In just a few more moves, I will promote it over his rooks. And I'll win. It seems like he's trapped his own knight in here. So I'll pick up that knight as a interim strat here. Oh no! I lost that pawn. I didn't notice he had 3 attackers. That's such a large number. I can't really count that high. Is the problem there. Okay, so I'm still ahead by 1 pawn. That's still a lot of pawns, so I can still win this, of course. Hello to Try Hard Chess. He's in the chat. There's been a statement in the chat. It says, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That is not true. I heard the story just yesterday. This is the story. I'll tell it to you because it's pretty short since it doesn't have each of those elements. It goes like this. Once upon a time, the end. I would argue that story does not have a middle. You could say it has a middle if you wish to lie. However, I say it has no middle. There are stories with no end also. I'm not going to tell you that one. It would take a long time. I'm moving my chess pieces here in an effort to win. So I think this is working pretty well so far. Haven't even lost yet. I'll just keep moving, advancing, and moving and advancing. There is that variant. See this over here, the selected text, if your pawn, blah, blah, blah. Watch out for that. That could really... Ooh, tricky move. Wow, you surprised me with that. Because, what in the world? I don't even know how to describe why I was surprised. I just didn't expect it, you know what I mean? Knight h8 in this position. What? Oh, c4 is required. Oh, if only I weren't really dumb, I would have not laughed when he did that. Stupid variant. Now one of my horses is gone. Good thing I can... Well, I could check him, right? So how would that go? I check him, he takes me. And then I take him, and then... Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible, and by that I mean it's bad. Terrible also means very powerful. That's not what this is. This is just bad. 5 pawns to 5. I'm down a piece. Okay, make that 2. I think I'll resign. I don't want to play with you anymore, Eric, but I've got a challenger. It's Try Hard Chess. You're going to decline that, and I'm going to decline this. I feel very decliney today. I'm going to play one more game, and I'm going to play it against someone in the chat. And It's not going to be Try Hard Chess, and it's not going to be Eric 002. Why not? Because I'm feeling ornery. The people who want to play me are the people who won't play me because I'm in charge of this show right now. This is my universe. It's a very, very, very small universe. However, it exists, and that's what I like best about my universe. So I have control over this. I'm going to say that Doname is my opponent. And what I like about that username, Doname, by the way, if you're wondering, okay, here we go, Doname, why don't you suicide your pawn into this square right here? Thanks for that start. It's very amusing to me. What I like about the name Doname, which is a very good name, I'm about to tell you why. The reason is that if you spell it backwards, it becomes Mianod. Never mind, that's actually, that's not a word. Ah, okay. Okay, so we're not gonna do this though. That's the one blunder we made in the other game. It's like make a move so you're forced to do a thing after you do it. Don't do that. Okay, so. Let's see what's happening. Okay, still playing chess here. Sometimes I have to check on myself sometimes. I have to be like, okay, ChessWhiz, what's happening? Oh, still breathing. Fantastic. Keep it up. You know, I'm not always paying attention to what I'm doing. I have this weird malady that causes me to just notice all of a sudden what I'm doing. You ever had that happen to you? Well, it happens to me all the time. So you live with it. He's trying to damage me. Look at this move. I'm going to move toward him here. Just to scare him. You know what I mean? In a couple more moves and I'll take his knight. Right there. Let's make that another color. Red. To do that, you hold down Shift and Control and then right click. For those of you who ask in the comments every time I do it, which is every episode. So let's just tell them how to do it. They'll still ask, of course, because people don't generally listen to what you say. And by generally, I mean ever. So let's go for the attack. I'm attacking with my king. G6 forced. G6 forced. Look at that. I spelled the word correctly. Yes! Usually I can only do that if I paste what I'm writing. He just cheated. Doname G6 forced. G6 is forced. Let's add the word is so that he knows. Oh, look at that. I said two words correctly. It's a new personal record for today. Propose a take back. I would like to propose a take back. Sorry, misclicked. No problem, man. I'm a very forgiving person usually, so let's just go like this. There are certain things that I have trouble forgiving, such as people who kill me. I have trouble forgiving them because I'm dead. So don't kill me, or I won't forgive you. I've exposed myself. I guess moving my king like this wasn't too great. And by that I mean good. Great also means powerful. Gotta watch out. Pretty much every word means powerful, including the word powerful. It also means powerful. English is quite overwhelming. From now on, we will only speak French. Fianchetto, 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 fianchetto. That's enough French for now. Let's go back to English. Well, he can take my rook, but he'll lose his queen, so that's a pretty fun twist of fate. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try to take his knight. I'm really trying to take his knight. My next move, knight f8, is going to seal the deal as his knight has 3 attackers and only 2 defenders. This is going to lead to a culmination of a great tension on this chessboard as I take his knight. Apparently I'm in check. That was unclimactic. I better capture this way, so as I don't get checkmated in 2 moves. He could go bang bang if I take with the rook. In fact, he can still go bang, but he can't go bang bang. So that's good. I think I'm winning, though, because I've got all these pawns. I still have all my pawns that he has, not all of his, so I am winning. I just have to sort out this situation over here. Oh, this is quite a scary situation. I have to do some sorting because he can also take this pawn, and if I take this pawn, I lose my rook. So this calls for drastic action. I have to defend over here. Well, worst case scenario, I will forget this ever happened. That's actually kind of going to happen either way. That's the only case scenario. Have you ever considered that? I was talking to someone the other day because every now and then I talk with actual human beings who aren't just behind my computer, like people in the same room as me. I do this. I know it's weird. And what I said to him was, I said, it's not going to matter really. And then boom, profundity fell out of the sky as we all realized that it wasn't going to matter really. That was a great moment. You had to have been there. I don't think you're really grasping the greatness of that moment. It was very great. It was greater than you're thinking right now. It was kind of like the number 70. It's very great. That's greater than 69, which it's hard to imagine something greater than 69. But 70 is greater. Do you know what happened when 69 and 70 got into a fight, by the way? 71. That's right. I could not resist telling you that joke. Oh, because first I make sure the joke is bad, and then I tell you. It's a two-step process. First, I make sure the joke is bad, and then I tell you the joke. The reason is, really bad jokes are the only kinds of jokes that are useful. If you know a good joke, when are you going to tell it? It's like you're being interviewed for a job, and the guy's like, okay, are you going to quit on the second day of this job? And you're like, so a man is walking down the street, and he sees a hole, and he can't see the bottom of it. That's not going to get you hired. Good jokes don't work. What you say is, I would say, I'm not a very good listener. And then they're like, huh? And then you say, oh, sorry, I thought you said, what's my greatest weakness? See, that's going to get you hired. That's what you have to do in order to get hired, which actually isn't great, because if you get hired, what's going to happen next? You're going to have to get up every day and go somewhere you don't want to go and do something you don't want to do for the rest of your life until you quit the job. So don't get hired. That's my advice to you. But anyway, back to the jokes. Bad jokes are actually useful, as you can see in that simple demonstration. Good jokes you never actually get to use. So let me share some more numbers jokes with you. You know the old joke, why was 6 afraid of 7, right? You know that joke, because everyone does. Well, in case you don't, the answer is because 7, 8, 9. Am I cheating right now? Because I just got a free rook. That was fantastic. 7, 8, 9. He resigns. Okay, that was a very strange turn of events. I haven't been looking at this chessboard for several minutes. I've been telling you how to get hired, which is important information. But it seems to me that I'm winning. That's remarkable. So anyway, a related joke is if someone says to you that joke, they say to you, I was 6 afraid of 7. And then you say, I don't know, because you're a sucker. And then he says, because 7, 8, 9. Here's what you say. Oh, you say, I thought it was. Hold on, let me get my outro going here. I thought it was because 6. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Okay, here's the answer. I've got to sort it out. Like, there's 2 different numbers going on here. That's very difficult for me. Okay, why was 6 afraid of 7? I thought it was because 7 is a registered 6 offender. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.